Fortnite right now is absolutely crazy. Uh, I've been following like the development of Creative 2.0 for a while now. Now that it's finally out, I am just amazed at what has been done already. Like there has already been copyright strikes, there has already been softcore porn, there's already been so much stuff going down behind these doors of Creative 2.0. But we've seen this like absolutely like riveting thing. I mean, I did a YouTube video semi about it. I talked about like with multiverses and stuff on my main channel, but I mentioned up in passing at the very end of the video. So here's a little follow up, unscripted sequel to that video, I would suppose. And in this sequel, we're gonna do what all sequels do and not live up to the first, because instead of the intense editing, the jokes, the well crafted thoughts and points, we got B roll gameplay footage, hopefully of Fortnite, hopefully not Roblox Arsenal. Although, speaking of Roblox, that's the only really thing I could use to describe what Creative 2.0 is really trying to be. Now, the thing that really separates Creative 2.0 from like Roblox for me isn't the fact that it's like Fortnite, oh my goodness, but it's the fact that it's using Unreal Engine, which, that is what literally is one of the most popular game engines in the world. And so setting, let's just say aspiring creators up to use that and create projects in Fortnite, that's just going to pivot them into making their own games and titles in the Unreal Engine as well. And I just think that is like an astounding thing to see. I think it's going to be huge for the next generation of like game devs and stuff, because we already see so many like 12-year-olds building full-fledged experiences on Roblox. And so I almost wonder if what the Unreal Engine will do for that side of that sort of community, those like guys who are just doing it to do it, especially with the way that Fortnite is monetizing their systems over something like Roblox. Because Roblox has their own in-game currency, Robux. You've all seen it. You've all seen scams trying to take your money for it. But how you would monetize something in Roblox is that you can make people pay you Robux, and then you can use that Robux to cash out and then get real world money after people buy products for your game or experience in Roblox itself. Now, that system has a few issues. First off is that it creates a sort of forced dichotomy to it, because it means that you almost have to exploit or make your game lucrative in ways that are just kind of boring. Like every single Roblox game known to man has some sort of like VIP package, and it like gives you like a golden name and a little speed coil spring, at least. And every game had that. And then every game would be try to be grindy. It would try to like make you spend as much as your time as possible, so that way it's like, oh, it's more convenient. You should really just buy this. You should buy this upgrade pack that gives you 2 times speed. And so it's like a situation where that was how the game was supposed to be played. I really think of like those tycoon games, for example, really exploitative of that. And then on top of that, if I spent like let me look up the Roblox conversion rate. So for every $1,000 that a customer or player spends on a game, they're gonna get $350 back, which is pathetic. Because that means that you're gonna be like, hey man, it means that all the games are gonna be trying to make you spend $5, so that way they can earn like $2. That's just not really marketable. Like that's not enjoyable for me as a player, and I don't think it's enjoyable for the devs as a whole. And correct, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe a dev's like, oh yeah, 30% is exactly how much I need. Because you'll get to things like Twitch donations, YouTube ads, stuff like that. That sort of split is like 70, 30, 50, 50. And so if you're not at least getting those numbers, it feels really, ooh. And I would argue for something like a video game, you would want more than that. But, what Fortnite is doing is that they're going to award profit based off of playtime and engagement. So that means if people play your game, you're just going to get a certain dedicated amount of the item shop purchases. I think overall it's going to be 40% promised, and then from that 40%, it's going to be divvied up into other percents based off of like how much your game is played compared to others, which is absolutely insane to me because it means that you're going to have a natural economy where you're not trying to extort stuff out of the player. Like the player can just focus on playing the game that they want to play. And so for me, that's awesome because it means I can just play these creator experiences without having to worry about somebody trying to shove a thumb up my butt and make me spend $10. I can just enjoy the actual experience of it. And I feel like that's better for the creator as well because it means that you can get monetization without having to delve into exploitation. Now, maybe there's a few issues. Maybe there is a few issues there. Like maybe that 40% isn't enough to actually cover the whole creator library. Like maybe because once you delve that into like hundreds and thousands of games, they're not going to be making enough money. But I think that's just something we'll have to wait and see. But even if it is a case, I feel like there's more opportunity to make better experiences and get paid more because 40% of Fortnite like item shop revenue is bonkers, honkers, and donkers, dude. Like I close my eyes and I go, what? We're just gonna have to wait and see on that. But those are some of the reasons why Creative 2.0's got me excited. I think another thing that makes me excited about it is just because, the Unreal, like using Unreal for like a game engine, like a creator engine, has so much more potential than something like Roblox. Like, don't get me wrong, Roblox can do some crazy batshit stuff because it's a very palatable game engine, very wild westy. But having that 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 barrier, that like basic element of having Unreal, I feel like it's going to elevate the quality, at least fidelity wise, for so many projects. One thing I think is interesting is that we've seen in the news a little bit that Activision that Activision is shutting down Call of Duty like creator experiences, which I don't know if that's exactly how that works, but we'll just have to wait and see about that. Honestly, uh, to be going in and like banning stuff off of Fortnite is crazy to me. I just think that's funny. But I think the most important thing that shows is that it shows how much of a threat or how much power this system is going to have for the large gaming landscape. And another thing I think about Fortnite compared to like Roblox is that Fortnite is on literally everything. It's on phones, it's on Switch, it's on PlayStations, it's on Xbox, it's on PC. And you go to Roblox and you notice that there's a few of those names missing. It's not on Switch, it's not on PlayStation. And so, you're filling in most of the market there in a situation that is very beneficial to Fortnite. Because then it means you can have an in-depth creator-based content engine that is accessible on almost every platform that you can blink an eye at. Now, that does have some issues though, because the Switch version in particular do be kind of butt. It do be kind of butt. Like as in butt cheeks. But it's caused some issues with like memory limits and stuff like that, and I've seen a lot of people suggest some things that Fortnite could do to the Creative 2.0 system, so that way you can allow higher memory while still not just ditching it on Switch. And so I feel like Epic, if they can like hear what the community is saying and test if that sort of options would work, I think that would be a good way. Because really, my only complaint with Creative 2.0 right now is the fact that the memory is really low for what is a really high ceiling engine. And so it's almost like too much power in not a big enough. It's like having a giant shark in a little fish tank. That's how I would describe it. And so if Fortnite can find a ways to handle those problems, I think Creative 2.0, like a year or two from now, will be a dominant source of those sort of player made experiences. So that's my video. That's about all I have to say about it. I just wanted to just hit record, and then put it over some gameplay. Hopefully it's Creative 2.0 gameplay, so that way it's actually relevant. Because I mean, I hope you're seeing some of the stuff that this engine can do. Anyways, that's all. Like, comment, subscribe, and make sure to comment and tell me what you ate for breakfast, and did your mother tell you she loves you.